Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Paddy from across this yuck, and you've seen by the title, it's a Rosecraft bonanza. And I'll tell you why it's a Rosecraft bonanza. Normally, we just get two knives that are coming out, but last month, my Senator pattern, which is this pattern here, and we'll explain that in a minute, it was sent from America. It got to Heathrow Airport and then somehow managed to get diverted to China. So I never got it. And it's been on sale now for a few weeks now. And I was really disappointed because it's a pattern I really love, which I'll explain a little bit further. This video could go on quite a bit because I've got a lot of talk about these two knives. Andy, in this month, he has sent me the new pattern, which is over here, to show you in a minute. But this is the previous pattern that came out, and I didn't get the review. I now did, because when Andy sent me the new pattern, he also sent me two of these as well, which is really, really generous of him to do. I really appreciate it because I didn't want to miss a pattern, because I am completely smitten with Rosecraft. And I'm sorry, you can call me a shill, but I'm not the shill. It's Slipjoint Sawyer. He's the official shill for Rosecraft. I am just his sidekick. But let me tell you, if you haven't tried a Rosecraft and you have a couple of pounds you're going to get for Christmas, or you want your wife to buy you a knife in and around that 60 to 89 pound, any one of these four knives you could be completely happy with as a knife that will do absolutely anything for you and look flippin' gorgeous while it's doing it, because that's what these are. These are mid-range. Let's call them mid-range knives. To me, it's the budget range. These are in the budget, but high-end budget knives. And they're not, I can't call them that. I just can't. I'm going to call them mid-range because they're not budget knives. Budget knives come with certain flaws. They maybe don't look great, but they're really efficient. These have everything going for them. MagnaCut is one of the all-round steels in the world at the minute. Well, Rosecraft are just a flippin' all-round great, inexpensive, highly usable work knives, pocket knives, whatever you want to call them. I just think the price is perfect for them. I hope it doesn't go up anymore. The price is perfect. And they're the knife that most people, if you can't afford one straight away, you can save up a week or you get them. And they keep resupplying the stores, which is fantastic. Although some models will sell out, obviously, but they keep resupplying the stores, so most people get a chance to get a pattern when it comes out. This is the Senator pattern. Okay, I'm just going to show you this first one. This is in the sandalwood. Again, look at that beautiful wood. Look at the grain on that. Isn't that just gorgeous? And look at that shield. The spades, the ace of spades. And there's nothing. You can't feel it at all. Lovely line bolster and a small end cap here, which is nice. It's different again than what you get in a lot of other things. It can become very samey. I love that. Walk around that knife. Just look at that. And you're going to see four knives here, right? And there's a lot of Rosecraft ambassadors throughout the world. They just pick boxes and throw them. They don't check them that we get. I don't believe anyway. I mean, there's too many of us to start doing all that nonsense. Just look at that. How tight is that? How tight and beautiful is that? Knives that are much more expensive are not as good as that. There's your centering. Look at that centering. Right up the middle. Right up the hey diddle diddle. It might be a fraction. Who cares? That is just absolutely... The end cap, look at that one. It's enclosed here, which is beautiful. The top one is open. Everything is polished. Everything is clean. Again, a mid-range price or high-end budget knife, whatever way you want to go with the money. This one is coming in at, what is this? This is the sandalwood, and the sandalwood is $69.95. So that's 70 quid. That's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. The blade shape is a lamb's foot. So a lamb's foot, if you remember, is thicker at this end, going thinner down to this end, it's thinner. It's a real old English pattern. It is a fantastic. I prefer this than the Wharncliffe or even the sheep's foot. I think as a user, as a detailed user, this beats the two of them. I just love the shape of it. Really do love it. Nice nail nick, done well, plenty of room to get your nail in. It's not a hard pull. I could always have the pulls harder. There's a half stop and then it snaps down. But the pull itself is, because your fulcrum is right up the top here, it's, what is that, about between a 5 and a 6, 5.5, 6, which is absolutely fine for a pocket knife. The nice thing about it is there's plenty of spring up here, so you get that feedback on it. But it's just lovely. You can get up there in their castle. They've got a long high castle. I get right up there. It can't close on me. So every aspect of this knife is just outstanding. Outstanding. And this isn't the best one of the two for me, because that is something that really appeals to me. I haven't got many senators in stag. I have one, and it's a custom knife. And here's what I'm going to do. It's an Ashley Harrison custom knife, and I'm going to compare a Rosecraft to an Ashley Harrison custom. But that's silly. You can't do a budget or mid-range, whatever you want to call. This is coming in at £89. So this is a mid-range knife. Mid-range. And it's just, I just can't believe this is 90 quid. Because for value, this is just unexcelled as in value. Look at this again. Look how tight that back spring is. Look at the thickness of the stag on that. Absolutely beautiful. Again, it's got the closed over end bolster, the end cap there. Small, but just perfectly formed. It just sits with a knife. And he hasn't put a shield on it. Sorry, my door's knocking. I'm just going to check. Hello, I'm back again. I got another mail drop from the postman. What a lovely day today is. Friday is a good day. Anyway, let's get back to this. So this stag, and I'm going to review this alongside, these are not reviews because this knife is already out, but I'm just giving you my opinion of the knife. Again, let me just show you. There it is. Up the center. Lovely, lovely snap open. Again, you got a bit of feedback there, but you've got that high ricasso completely locks you in. So everything I like about it. The other main thing I like about it is this. They still do the stamped bolster. I love a stamped bolster. There's something that makes it, I don't know, it just makes it richer for having a stamped bolster. It's like you give a damn. You know, that's what it means to me. Again, I'm a bit weird, but that's what it means. You give a damn. I'm going to do this in my knife. Doesn't matter what price range it's in, it's getting a stamp bolster. And as a traditional knife lover, that really is it. Here's the other good thing about Rosecraft. That's not the same with all other knives, and I know we all know that, but they cut, they come as a knife, and every one I've ever had has just cut absolute. Oh, Jesus help. That's me behind the camera, not the knife. That's the first Rosecraft I've got. Look at this one. What's this one like? That is the first Rosecraft I've got. Oh, this one's perfect. My goodness. There we go. Right, Andy. It's all gone to hell now. It'll cut, but this is the bluntest one I've ever had. Okay, see that? That's what you get for getting live TV. I do it live on these things for a reason. So that one's not particularly sharp. Don't care. This one is razor sharp. Lovely. But I wanted to compare this to a custom knife, to an Ashley Harrison custom knife. Same pattern, it's a Senator. And we'll just close them up, and I want to just go through them. Here it is. Look at that. This is an Ashley Harrison custom. It doesn't have the small bolster that this has, but you can see it's a typical Senator pattern, not as wide as this. And as a user, although I use this one as well. But as a user, I quite like that wide handle on it. But they're exactly the same size. Now, the difference in price between this one and this one is £100. And I know a lot of people will say, I can't see the difference. That's fine. This is the one for you. But I do see a difference. I know this knife was made by one person by hand in a workshop using traditional equipment, as traditional as you can keep it. I mean, we haven't got the 17th century stuff, but it's their machinery. Some of their machinery is 100-year-old, but they make this beautiful knife. And you can just see the nickel silver bolsters rather than the stainless steel, which is lovely. I like stainless steel. Stainless steel back springs. And here's the thing, it's funny, me and Mikey and Justin were talking about this. This one has brass liners and this one just has stainless steel. Now, brass is dearer than stainless steel, so there's a little bit of a difference. To me, I love the brass liners with stag. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I don't need it in every knife, but I do love it in stag. There's certain stag and wood tends to go better with the brass liners. But it's beautiful. This one's every bit as tight as this is. The stag, to me, the difference between this stag and this stag, this is a more expensive stag. That's simply all it is. It's just a more expensive stag. And I'm not going to go into a whole lot of details. And this to me looks, look at that amazing stag on there. That's the difference in looks. Oh, let me just say, up the center, and my Ashley, there you go, up the center. Exactly the same as this knife. And the blade shape, again, this is a lamb's foot, which comes on a senator, or an old English senator anyway. There you can see the difference. A sharper, straighter point on Ashley's. It's thicker at the back and thinner here, but not by much, and I quite like that. This one's there's not that much difference at all. There really isn't. This one's got a big swedge at the front here. Ashley's does have a swedge. It's a bit more, it starts up about here, whereas this swedge doesn't start till about there. So there is a difference in the swedge, but again, lovely big nail nick on Ashley's. You can see his maker mark stamped. These two are just, yes, £100 difference between the two of them. Is this worth £100 more than this knife? To me, absolutely. The fact that it's handmade by one person means a great deal to me. I love the fact, plus the fact that I like the maker, that enhances the knife. And it all adds to the bit of a soul. And people say these knives don't have soul. That, the Chinese knives or the cheaper made knives don't have the soul that these have. And I suppose, in a way, yeah, that is correct. That is correct. They don't have that hands-on approach. Although there's hands-on in making these knives, they're not all done by machines. They're operated by men. And there is finishing touches on these knives by men. So it's not just a machine-made product. But if you want a knife for, what's this one, 69, say 70 quid, that's what it is, 70 quid, or £84 for this one, I just do not see any better value at all out there at that price range. It just isn't to me. I mean, you can say Case make a lovely knife. Case do make a lovely knife. When they make one, they make a lovely knife. They also make a lot of mistakes. Rosewood are not making them mistakes. Their quality control is fantastic. And these are the same prices. The stag's going to be cheaper on the Rosewood than it is a Case stag. But even this Rosewood one is within the price range of Case knives. So they are in that price bracket. And I'm sorry, I have not had a bad one of these yet. And I've had quite a few now, and not a bad one yet. Nothing that I would say is horrendous. This one isn't as sharp. It's the first time I've had don't know what it is, because the grind looks lovely on it, but they just haven't hit the edge. But I mean, it would take no time at all. These are in D2, by the way. Like all Rosecraft at the minute are in D2, which is just fantastic. The heat treat is good on it. On every one I've had so far, I've had no complaints. You've seen me do tests on them. So Really, really happy. Both of these. My favourite is this because I have got it and I enjoy, because this is a great way to test whether you're going the right way. I love having these two. There's £100 difference. And as long as I can feel that this, to me, is worth that £100 more, I just justify my collection of the higher end knives, the custom knives. Because this is, just overall, the materials, there's not much difference in the materials other than that sort of, this is O1 tool steel, this is D2. The stag is a more expensive type of stag on this one than it is on this one, but that's all it is. The thickness in this one's much thicker, but that's not to its detriment because I've got a large hand, so thickness is, I really quite enjoy that. But just in overall, I can see the difference in price. But I can't see another company that's making slip joints today that are of this amazing quality. Listen to that. And it just flops back in. I don't have to adjust it. The blades go straight back in again. They're just amazing. So that's the Senator. I'm just gushing because I think it's fantastic. And I love the fact that Andy's taking it and bringing different patterns back into slip joints again that are maybe not used so often. Some of the names of these bloody things are fantastic because I can't I can't remember half of them. I don't remember people's names, never mind knives names. So this is the new model. And this is the Lick Creek Loom Fixer. The type of knife that was used in the old industrial factories, the looms, where the looms were used for knitting or whatever looms are used for. I'm not a knitter. So this is the two knives you get. We get a beautiful red bone, and that is polished to within an inch of its life. Not much depth in colour, but a beautiful red. Really does stand out. And we've got the diamond. So we've got a club, we've got a spade, we've got a diamond. Guess what's coming next for a full house? It's going to be a heart. He announced it last night on our podcast. He came into the podcast, and there will be a heart. He hasn't decided what knife it's going to be yet, but there will be a heart. So we got all four decks, all four suits in a deck of cards. We're going to have the clubs, spades, diamonds, and a heart. But isn't this beautiful? Just beautiful. The ace of diamonds. I just think the colour is so vibrant. And if you're a vibrant colour liker, this is the one for you. It really is beautiful. And I like this one. They brought this back end up a bit further. Let me just see. Yeah, you can sort of see on that one. This is coming up, this cut off square. This is coming up rounder. And it's good thickness of bone. So it's really sturdy. There's not a glimmer of a crack or anything on it. And this is going to the other extreme. This is a ram's foot. They call it a sheep's foot, but to be honest with you, thinner here, thicker here, ram's foot. But sheep's foot will do. I don't mind. They make it. They call it what they like. But look at the swedge on that. Isn't that just gorgeous? That really gives it a lovely profile to look down on. Beautiful profile. You get the blade coming up here, and then it dips in and then down to the tip. Just stunning. Really, really lovely knife. This is a swayback, and I'm not a lover of swaybacks. They're not something that I gravitate to. It's fantastic for this pull cut, but push cuts, I just never think that they sit comfortable in hand. But I'm going to say this, and it's not because it's a Rosecraft, but if you want to think that, that's fine. This is a beautiful bulbous end that has a lovely rounded over end to it. And this actually sits in my hand and it doesn't irritate me. A lot of these would irritate me in here. Not going to put me off using a knife, but they just irritate me. But this is big, thick, comfy. I can get it down and I can get a great grip on this knife, full 4-finger grip, and put it to work. And it's not annoying me. So there's that to it. And I honestly thought that the red would have been my standout favourite. I really did. Look at that. Down the middle. Absolutely stunning. Fit and finish. right round again. Look at that. It's just, honestly, if you're not getting it by now, Paddy is totally fixated with these knives. I just think we're all looking for a bargain, right? And there's bargains out there. If you want really cheap knives, you can get a bargain. But this is a knife you can pass down because this is so well made. You can buy it for any part of the generation, kids, dads, granddads, just whatever. They're perfect, and granddaughters and grannies, sorry, by the way. You can get them and nobody would be disappointed, whether you're a knife lover or you're a knife collector. These are knives you want in your collection. They really are. And if you haven't, please don't leave it any longer because you're just missing out. This is in sandalwood too, but completely different. And all wood is different. All wood is different. Look at the difference even in colour. But how beautiful are them two woods? That's very similar on the back to this, but wood is always different. I mean, my front and back are different as well. But wood is beautifully different, and that's why I love collecting wood. It just gives me something. Again, look at that fit and finish. Is there a wee line there? That's sitting up the ever such a tiny wee bit. Again, I'll tell you the truth. If it's, if it's sitting up, it's sitting up. No, it's not. It's completely flat there. Just in that closed position. It sits up. I can just catch my nail slightly on it. But there's not a gap on it. It's as tight as a drum. You've got the diamond there again. Beautiful. I really like this wood. It's so much richer than sandalwood. I love it. Really love the folds in that patina there. Just gorgeous. You got that line bolster at the top and a bare end on both of these knives. Two amazing examples of fantastic work knives. The sheep's foot is just or ram's foot, as this one I believe is. The ram's foot is just a perfect working knife. Really is. It's meat behind the bone. It's just fantastic. You can use it for anything. Doesn't have a belly, not great for putting down on a cooking board, but this is not the knife I would use in a kitchen. So, there you go. There's the 4 knives. These ones will be available on Heine Haynes very shortly. They might even be today. So look out for them being available at Heine Haynes today. Again, these are the red is $62.99 and the sandalwood is $60.99. And that's the Lick Creek Loom Fixer. You'll see the names in the title. I'll put them in there. If not there, they'll be in the description. But go over and check Heine Haynes. That's a fantastic price for a knife. And what you also have to bear in mind, this is an American-owned company. It comes from China to the American-owned company with staff that work there that are getting paid, so it's money being brought into the economy. And then it has to be sent by post over to here to Northern Ireland and to England, the mainland. And then we're still only paying £60 and £62 for these 2 knives. That's pretty fair. No matter what you think, that's pretty fair. And people all along that chain line have to make a profit, including even the post. So to get a knife for £62 at this quality, if it was £62, it wouldn't, and the quality wasn't like this. Well, I don't know any other £62 knife that has quality like this. I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, you're getting brushed satin stainless steel. It's just, everything about it is just beautiful. So, shill time over, but I am very happy to be showing you these knives. Andy, thank you so much for letting me pick that Senator up. It's beautiful. I'm glad I didn't miss it. I will do a review I'll pick one of them and do a review on it. And I'll do a review on these 2 later when I've had a bit more time to play with them, cut with them. I didn't even cut with these because I've had one not so sharp Rosecraft. How could I miss that? Now, what's this one like? Absolutely fine. And what's this one like? absolutely fine. I'm going to check this one again because I'm so not used to getting a Rosecraft that doesn't cut. No, it's just, there's something holding up. Look, it's a lovely grind on it. It's not been badly ground. It just hasn't hit the apex. Good heavens. That's all he's done. He just hasn't hit the apex. So I'll give that a sharp, and I'll show that in the next video when it's nice and sharp. But that's the first knife out of many knives that I had from Rosecraft. And that's the first one that's not sharp. But there you go. Life just happens. Sometimes one sneaks through. And if that's the biggest problem you've got, my good gosh, you're having a pretty good day. So there you go. 4 beautiful Rosecraft. 2 available now. The Senator is available now. That's these ones. And this one should be in today, I'm hoping, at Heinz. So there you go, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I know it went on a bit again, 26 minutes again. I can't do a short one. But you got 4 knives in 26 minutes. That's pretty good. Right. Take care. All the best. Paddy's away. Look forward to doing the review on these one, especially on these 2, because these have already been done by so many people. Go and check the other people out there. There's Slippy that does it over here in the UK. He does a great review on these 2. I've watched it. And get over to Americans. You've got so many Rosecraft ambassadors over there. Go and watch them. Go and watch them on these 2. Because if you haven't already seen them, go and watch them on these 2. But I'll be doing a review on these in about 3 or 4 days. I just want to have a play with them. And then I'll get back and let you know that they've all stayed in the same shape. They're all looking the same colour. And they haven't, the dye hasn't run out of the bone. So I say, shut up, Stephen. Goodbye.